This is News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Okay, producer Garrett 2, is with the Mavs won by 36 points. Okay, they've gotten their butts reamed and wiped the floor clean with 3 games in a row, and now all of a sudden they win by 36 points. This is a hoax. Okay, the last 2 games were close. Yeah, this one's close too. Get out of here. You sit on a throne of lies. You lie like a rug. How dare you try to blow smoke up my rump like that, sir? Nonetheless, they win, but how much you want to bet they're going to lose next game in Boston and it's over? This is a disgrace. This is pathetic. This is an outrage. Just finish the job when you're there, so I don't have to deal with the traffic. This is over. You don't think they're going to win the series, Garrett? Come on, don't lie to me. You're literally going to think they're going to win the series now? Okay, so you think they're going to lose the next game in Boston, right? Come on, or at least one of the two. Yeah. Okay, if they win the next game, if it's close, you said, and they win, then you think they'll win the next game after that. Okay, so if it's a close game in Boston and they win, they better watch out for those Boston thugs, man. I don't. Those people are not. I don't like them. I don't like them. I've talked about this. I'm not a fan of. I've never been, but I'm not a fan. No, thank you. Anybody that talks like that, park the car at the bar, needs to, no thank you. Bye-bye. All right, scams. Kenny in Lake Dallas, we're going to talk to you in 1 sec. Real fast, I was just telling you about jugging. Jugging is when somebody sees you withdraw or deposit, or you walk out of your bank, there's a little envelope, there's something you're carrying, and then you go somewhere, you leave the money in your car, even if it's for a second, they're gonna steal it. And what you got to do is, I carry. It doesn't mean I'm safer or something's going to happen, but it means it's one of the things I do. And I have it at the ready, particularly at night. And you also got to be leery paydays and stuff. They're definitely looking for you. And it doesn't matter what suburb you're in. You could be in $1 million home suburb. You could be in $1 million home in the city. You could be anywhere. Watch if somebody is nearby in a car, and watch if you're being followed. And if you are, just drive to a police station. Don't go home. And if they keep following you to the police station, then you just pull up in the very front of the police station. They ain't going to follow you up there. And if they do, lock your car in front of the entrance, go in with your cash, and tell them what's going on. Okay? But if you don't notice they're going, if you're staring at your phone, if you're not looking around, you have no head on a swivel stuff, then you're going to get jacked eventually. Maybe not, but it happens all the time. We heard a lady right there, 42 grand. Somebody was jugged. They pulled out money to buy their RV at their business. They were in Denton. They got out. They went over. They were looking at the car, the RV, and they come back to their car, and 42 grand is gone. Kenny in Lake Dallas, you're on 820 AM and now 93.3 FM WBAP. Hi, Kenny.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Good, sir.
Tonight. I'm a disabled Army veteran, and this scam stuff is really
bad.
Current news for me.
By the way, Tuesday, thank you for your service.
Well, I did it for you.
Thank you.
I'm doing it for the rest of America.
Okay. Not just for me specifically, though, as an amazing B-list celebrity radio talk show host. Not just for me. Others?
Yes.
Okay.
Just for you and everybody else.
Okay, thanks.
Anyway, so I needed a power wheelchair. I can't afford a new one. They're very expensive.
Of course.
The VA gave me a power scooter, which is okay.
Yeah.
But it's too big for inside the house.
Okay.
So I have a little bit of money, and so I'm going through the Facebook marketplace, and I find the best deal of all. This chair that, goes everywhere, and it lifts up and actually puts you in a standing position, which is great for me because I can do, wash windows. I don't know. I can do all sorts of things with it. And the guy was only asking $500.
That's one of the first clues. What should it have been?
Probably about $4,500 to $10,000.
Okay, so that's one of your first clues. It's too good to be true, right? But that's okay. It's too late now. What happened?
Yeah, but I wanted it to be, true. Anyway, I contacted him. He goes, "Oh, you need to hurry up and pay me because I have all these people wanting."
That's it. There you go. Urgency.
And I go, "Well, I live on disability stuff," and I sent him the $500 to pay for it, and then he ghosted me, and then he's making fun of me now and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. Is he local?
And guess what? I think he's from Cameroon.
Oh, well, there you go.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
And so took my $500. I have no power chair, and I learned my lesson. I knew not to send the money, but emotions and the happiness of having a power chair like that.
How long's it been?
Has what been?
How long's it been since that happened?
Tuesday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It just happened.
And did you send him? How did you send it?
Through my bank called Chime.
Okay.
And Chime is an online bank.
Okay, and they had nothing to take care of you?
No.
You might want to chime away from Chime.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. I used to always use PayPal and never pay ahead of time.
Right.
And if I ever have a snafu, I would, PayPal took care of me. But this time, emotions, like I said, "Oh, this chair stands up. Oh, look at this." And he was going to deliver it.
Yes, from Cameroon.
Amazing.
I'm grateful that you called, and I'm glad it was only $500.
Yeah, so am I, but still, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's a lot. It's a hard lesson to learn, and I'm sorry that you had to go. Go ahead.
I just want everybody out there to understand Facebook Marketplace isn't what it really is.
No, sometimes. My wife, real fast. Sorry, you go ahead. I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
My wife buys and sells on that and many other formats. And she's constantly getting scammers, and she says, of course, they're really good, and they keep getting better, but they never get her. And, of course, her pride's going to get the best of her one of these days, right? But, she's like, I've never seen it. But she's like, oh, yeah, they're great. But she gets mad at them, and she messes with them. I said, don't do that. She's going to get her, handed to her. Unfortunately, it'll probably hit my bank account, too, because we have one bank account because we're married and we live the right way. We don't hide accounts or anything or have separate accounts. That's a red flag in a relationship, in my humble. But, I've learned a long time ago. One of the reasons why my marriage is thriving after several years that we had to work through a lot of stuff is because you say it in the best way you can that is not offensive to her. And after that, if something happens, then she'll have to learn. And maybe she never will. But and that way you're not on her crap list by being too over the top. Even with job stuff, she's looking to get in a job now because of the Bidenomics, hurting everybody and her bank account and everything. So I'm like, well, I would do this or do that. And she's like, don't tell me. I'm not a child. She's like, you're treating me like a child. I'm like, I don't say this to her. I'm like, dang, I'm just trying to help. But it's what that thing is about. You don't try to solve their problems because men try to solve problems.
39 years.
They just want to. You've been married 39 years?
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, my friend. That's better. It's better than anything, as you know. 24 over here, sir, as of this weekend. Take care, brother. And I hope that you were able to get the right chair for yourselves, and I hope the income comes back at you, brother.
I can't do it till next month, maybe.
Okay.
But meanwhile, I will drag myself across.
You know what? My mentor taught me that's an expensive tuition. That's all it is. Don't hurt yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It's an expensive tuition, but you've learned, and there's a lot more that people lose than that on stuff like that. So you're okay, brother. Thank you, and it's going to get better. Trust me on that, my friend. Okay? All right, coming up next, the Star Telegram. No, we're going to do something else. I'm going to get to this one. We have two really, really, really funny and good ones. First, we're going to do a New York woman. It's Friday night, so why not? We're going to have a little fun. New York woman, 28. Now, there's nothing fun about this. She died, but she was attacked by a cow. A cow attacking you can kill you. What? It makes me think about when I was cow tipping back in the day. Have you ever tried a cow tip? You've heard about cow tipping, haven't you? No, it's not where you just scare them, sir. If you're cow tipping, you got to go up to them and shove them over when they're sleeping. Yes, I tried that. Especially growing up from Chicago, we'd go up to Wisconsin and camp for the weekend and do all sorts of untoward things as college kids and high school kids in our last year of high school, would do, whatever. And one of the things we did, we went to some random farm. not too far away from the camping area, and we tried to go in. We climbed the fence. I got a whole story about that, but we'll talk about that next, and how this poor woman was killed by a cow. Not a bull, not a thing with horns on it, whatever those are called. What do I know? People are laughing at me right now. You have no way to school me if you don't live on a farm or know something I don't know. But go ahead and laugh at me. All that next. News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset. We have to pause interrupt operations here on the Chris Crock Show because there is a real conspiracy here. This Mavs game is a joke. This is an international embarrassment for both sides. The Mavericks supposedly win by 36 points tonight. They should be ashamed of themselves. This is an absolute joke. I swear to you, this is an international embarrassment. This is an embarrassment for the Mavs, even though they claim to have won, they so-called won. And this is an international embarrassment for the Boston Celtics. Somebody threw a game here, and if they didn't throw a game here, this is a disgrace. This is totally stupid. They're going to get their butts kicked when they go to Boston. What, in 2 days they're going to go there? When's the next game? And they're going to lose, and for what? For this stupid thing tonight? That was not a game. The crowd out there is cheering. They're going nuts. I'm going to be putting on my social media some reaction from one of our affiliate producers. I have many producers. They're in all corners of this building here, working tirelessly for me at all hours. So one of our producers, Robert, has taken some footage of the people cheering over this international embarrassment. I guess they're enjoying this. Why? Because you supposedly won a game and you've lost 3 in a row, and then, and it's like 36-point victory, and you're not like, what is this garbage? This is like Hunter Biden's laptop. But this is actually real. This is real Russian disinformation. Oh, they won by 36 points. Oh, they lose 3 in a row. Oh, all of a sudden they win 36 points. Wow. I mean, to me, the louder you cheer, the more I don't want to be too nasty here, because everybody's probably happy about this, but I think I'm insulted. I'm insulted by this. I am. You lose 3 in a row and then you do this and you want me to believe this and get excited? This is a joke. This is a joke. Did somebody pull a Nancy Kerrigan before the game? Does somebody have pictures of one of the Celtics with a goat? Does somebody have a picture of the general manager or the coach of the Celtics with a goat? And then left a voicemail and on their phone with a text to the picture of him and the goat. And what's the coach's name? What's the coach's name of the Celtics? Mm-hmm. What's his Joe Mazzola. Jay, leave a voicemail. Joe, it's me. Why haven't you called me back? Don't you remember? I sent you a picture. And there he is with a goat. Oh, no. They got me. I got to throw this game. Joe, you need to throw this game. Or else I'll put the picture on my Twitter feed. Are you having trouble knowing how to text or something? Why haven't you texted me this? I don't see a text from you. What's wrong with you? You are no longer my producer. I've disaffiliated myself with you. You are almost as much of a disgrace to the Mavericks tonight. You cannot text me this video. Okay. So it's still loading? What? Oh, yeah. You're not on the Wi-Fi? Dude. Oh, gosh. You don't want to give the Russians your passwords and everything by going on their Wi-Fi? After we've been talking about these scabs? All right, do you agree with me that this is honestly, this so-called victory of the Mavs is an international embarrassment for both teams? For the Celtics, because they lost by so much, and for the Mavs, because this is so stupidly, nakedly a joke? If you can win by 36 points tonight, why didn't you win, at least the first 1 or 2 of the games? I mean, producer Garrett number 2 is saying, well, they were close in the first 3. Oh, it's close. Oh, we almost won. Oh, we're almost there. Oh. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. How do you sit through that game after they're up in the, towards the end of the third quarter by 28? How do you sit there? Wouldn't you leave? Well, I paid $1,000 for this ticket. Yeah, see somebody throw a game, or to see this kind of a joke of a game that's an embarrassment for both sides. No. All right, do you agree with me that this is an embarrassment for both the Mavs and for the Celtics tonight? It's an embarrassment for the Mavs because if they couldn't win 3 games, now on the fourth game they win by 36. It's something happened here, and I don't think somebody whoa, they just played well tonight. Finally, we knew you could beat them by 36. How can you even lose 3 times in a row and then all of a sudden get 36 points up? Are you going to pretend this is normal? Are you going to pretend something didn't happen? I don't know if something's rigged, producer Garrett number 2, but I'm just saying if something is not right. Somebody didn't play tonight. Somebody didn't play full step. Maybe they didn't play some people on the Celtics. Maybe they. Are you going to tell me that all of a sudden the Mavs performed incredibly well compared to what they've done? What do you mean it looked like the role players finally showed up? You mean the players that are supposed to do each role did it? Right? Is that what you're saying? Don't laugh at me. Come here, you. Yeah, the Mavs role players finally shot well, which means whatever their role is, they actually played their role and did their role what they're supposed to versus what? Bouncing around like a bunch of amoebas, just bouncing into each other? So you mean that they could have every game you saw them play, you thought they're going to beat Boston by 36 points. This is normal for you. That's what you're telling me tonight. No. Yeah, okay. You think Boston came out flat because they had a 3 lead. And then what at the end of the first quarter? Did they decide not to come out flat? No, they lost again. How about at the end of the second quarter? They come out flat? No, they lost again. Third quarter? No, they lost again. They couldn't figure out how to win after they've won the first 3? Yeah, the Mavs were more desperate. Yeah, maybe there's some death threats on the court. That's what I'm saying. Somebody had a picture of a goat and threatened to release the picture of the goat. Somebody owes some money to the Chinese mafia or the Polish or Russian mafia, and they're like, okay, I'm going to throw the game, otherwise my wife gets a dirt nap tonight. I don't know. This doesn't make sense to me. So I'm not alleging anything. I'm just saying this doesn't make sense to me, and I'm embarrassed for both sides of both teams. If you want to comment, great. If you don't, that's fine. I will move on. But you are welcome to comment and tell me how right I am. And tell me that this doesn't look right, that something's wrong. And again, I'm not saying it's rigged at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is ridiculous. How could this be? Something doesn't seem right. That's all. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. I am still sticky with my theory that somebody has a picture of somebody with a goat. All right. That's all I can come up with. 800-288-WBAP. Next, I cannot wait to do this, you guys. Does your car insurance, or should your car insurance both cover STDs? Yes, sexually transmitted diseases. Should your car insurance cover STDs? I'll explain next. Check your policy before you do anything. Next. News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. I am not happy the Mavs won because this is absolutely ridiculous to me. A 36-point win after 3 losses in a row to the same team within, a week? And now, look at that. 36 points. How did it happen? Wow, it's amazing. You lose 3 in a row and then you win by 36 and nobody's... this is an international embarrassment for the Mavs and for the Celtics. Celtics because they lost by 36. Mavs because you lose 3 in a row and now you win by 36. You expect us to believe that that's some kind of a sudden, metamorphosis? No. I think this is ridiculous. That's all I have to say. Your thoughts. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Let's go to Sally and McKinney first, and then we'll go to Robert in Fort Worth. Sally, you're on 820 AM and now 93.3 FM WBAP.
Hey, Chris. How are you? Thanks for taking my call.
I am great. How are you?
Good. But I'm going to tell you, lay off the Mavs, my friend, because guess what? They lost 4 games in a row. They'd be going home with their tails between their legs. So you got to give them some kind of point for rallying back.
What's the, because you'd have to sell me some kind of narrative. I'm not going to believe it, honestly, but like, sell me the narrative. How do you claim that you lose 3 in a row and then somehow win miraculously by 36 points in the 4th game and that there's not something going on here?
Well, it's because of egos, right? So you think about how the Celtics, they're a better team. Like, I love Dallas. I love the Mavs. I've been born and raised in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
But playing-wise, the Celtics probably got tired, and they're like, okay, we can relax a little bit. They got prideful, and then pride goes before the fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got lax, but the Mavs wanted it because they didn't want to go home. So, I mean, when you have laziness and egos getting in the way of you actually performing well, and you think, oh, I got this in the bag, which the Celtics might have been thinking, then you're going to lose. If you get arrogant, you're going to lose.
And so what happened this time? They were humbled, so now they came back strong?
Yeah, I think so.
But how do you explain their win by 36 points if they couldn't eke it out for 3 games in a row?
Well,
I mean, how is that realistic to you? Like, aren't you like, what is this? Did they not play the starters in Boston here, you know?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they're saving their best for the final games.
So let's do it this way. Do you remember that, you know how these woke leftists, like what's her name, Megan Rapinoe, the now retired soccer player, you know, we can play a boys team. Remember, she's with her pro team. They played 15-year-olds from a high school and they lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. To me, this is like the Celtics were a 15-year-old team from high school. And the Mavs were a standard pro team, so that's like this doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute to me other than somebody did something here, and this is not an accomplishment. It's an embarrassment. I'd say for the Celtics, obviously, I'm sure you'd agree, it's embarrassing. You lose by 36, but I think also for the Mavs, it's just embarrassing that you suddenly win by 36 and you're like, it's like the kid who somebody cheats for. I'm not saying cheating happened here, but it's like the kid who his dad bribes somebody, pays somebody off to let his kid finally play, be a starter on the team, and let him get a hit, and it's all rigged to make him feel better. And then like the next game he's gonna suck. You know what I mean? It's like you let your high school kid who sucks at baseball, who's on the team, start, and then like you let him hit with a T-ball or something. You toss him underhand, and you're a champ. Go ahead.
I get it, but I'm gonna also say this: I love the WBAP. I listen to you guys all day long. And was it Eric Bushman or was it another one who interviewed Luka Doncic's mom this morning?
I don't know. If it's this morning, I don't know. I don't know who it was. I didn't catch that, and that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might have been Clayton Neville, or it was either Clayton Neville or it was Eric Bushman.
Is she over in Europe? Is she in Europe?
No, she's here. She's here, and she had a quick interview this morning.
Okay.
With either Eric Bushman
and what'd
or
she
Clayton
say?
Neville.
Yeah, we're giving my son my son those drugs they give Joe Biden before the debate.
No.
What?
No, she said how proud she is of her son, and that it's really great to be able to see him play here in Dallas. And it was only a 1.5-minute clip, so it was a really short interview.
Are we sure this wasn't an AI clip here? Are we sure this wasn't an AI clip? I am so proud of my son. I love him so much.
And everything.
He is.
You can go and check it.
I know.
I listened to it.
I'm just trying. He is awesome. I love him. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but she talks about how humbling it is to see her son succeed like this.
Okay, but how proud could she be when they've sucked for 3 games?
Well, maybe she had a good, tough talking with him. It was like,
you think she bent him over her knee and you think she bent him over her knee and spanked him again?
I don't know what they do.
All right. Okay. How much? We're not going to literally bet here, but I mean, how much you want to bet? I'll just say figuratively. How much you want to bet that they lose again on Monday? Huh?
They're going to lose. They're absolutely going to lose. Their track record on the road proves that.
Okay, so
no, I think the season's over.
This is like where one of the children, and I'm not making fun of these children in any way, shape, or it's like when a child has a terminal disease and they make them a football player, NFL football player for a day. He's like 4, and they're like, "Oh, you're a football player," and they're really not. But make them feel good, right? That's what this was. This was some kind of a special needs child getting, or I don't know what. These guys are at the level of like a horrible team. And they're like, oh, so yeah, that's what this is, like a parent. Oh, it's like my dad, when I was little, his friend from the military, they served together as military police, and he married a wife from Germany when he was over there doing his duty or whatever, and the kid won a race one time, and my dad this is like when I was like 10, he was telling the story of 15, and still to this day, I'd say it all the time. Peter, you are the winner! Oh, Luca, you are the winner! You're so special! You win the game today! Oh, you hero! And then tomorrow or Monday when he loses, oh, you so hero in my book. Come on, we have celebration of loss. Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, thank you, Sally.
Nobody gets the participation ribbon.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, that's it. I'm taking donations now. I'll start a GoFundMe, but I don't do GoFundMe because they're super woke, and if you don't bow down to their wokeness, so I do Give, Send, Go. They have my values. Give, Send, Go. And let's do a fundraiser on Give, Send, Go for the Mavs to give them participation ribbons for tonight and tomorrow. I will be happy to present them. I will make them feel special. I'll give them a 5-minute segment at the very end of my show at 11:55 on a Friday night or I don't know, at the worst time I could finally, when nobody's listening, I'm going to give them an award. Maybe we'll even do like a pre-record. We'll do a pre-record. I'll whittle it down to 30 seconds like at the commercial and play it in the commercial break like it didn't even happen. What?
Chris, aren't you from Chicago?
Yes.
You grew up in Chicago.
Of course.
Okay. Well, do you have a secret vendetta against the Mavs because you love the Bulls?
No, because I'm going to tell you this. The last time I really followed the Bulls was when I was in Chicago and Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen were on the team. So I mean that's and the last time I followed the Cubs was Ryan Sandberg, Tommy Tota, been very, very good to me. When Sammy Sosa didn't bleach his skin or whatever he had, where he's like Michael Jackson, have you seen him since? He's like Michael Jackson. He's hidden. He hides now, and when he comes forward, he's like. He looks like Michael Jackson did in the last years of his life. Like he's not scrawny. Yeah, he's like super white. It's like, and you don't have a disease. You're doing something weird with yourself, and go see a counselor. And what's the other one? So those are the people I remember. The great Harry Carey. Falling out of the booth drunk. Spilling his beer and spitting on people, leaning over. That's it. Eddie Vedder's a super leftist, Eddie Vedder, and he hates everything we support, but he loves the Cubs. And I saw a picture of my dear friend who was a very successful businessman, very successful, Korean-American, bootstrapped up and he's a success story, wild success story, and he does sushi. And we're dear friends now. We reconnected when we were best friends in high school. He's got a picture of him and Eddie Vedder in a Cubs thing. He's got a Cubs hat on with Cubs the helmet on with both sides. It's got the cup thing, and I'm like, is that Eddie Vedder? It's him and his wife and Eddie Vedder. I'm like, what? And it turns out he's a super Cubs fan, and he goes to their games all the time. He'll let them interview him sometimes, and he just somehow he became a super Cubs fan, probably from WGN TV, which you can pick up in cable all over the country or whatever. It's a super station like TBN. So he goes there all the time. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
And the Cubs are never going to win anything, huh?
The people are crazy.
I know. And by the way, do you remember Steve Bartman when he caught that foul ball and everybody said they crossed to the World Series for the Cubs? Remember that, Steve Bartman?
Yeah.
He got death threats. He went into hiding. He had to move. He lost his job. He fled to Illinois.
Yeah, I would too, though. Chicago can be a pretty sketchy place, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate your call. You're a great caller, Sally. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Okay, and embarrassment. I'm not saying go Mavs because they're an embarrassment. Do we have time for Robert, or do we take him next? Okay, Robert, we're going to pop you on fast. Robert in Fort Worth, you're on 820 AM and 93.3 FM.
Good on, Chris.
Good. Are you willing to donate to my participation ribbons for the Mavs?
At this point, no. But being the cynical guy that I am, I think there's one or two things happened. They either wanted the home win real bad because home win is the best win. I was there when the Spurs won it.
By 30.
David Robinson.
Oh, you were there in San Antonio when the Spurs won it?
I was on the highway, and everyone got out of their car and was high-fiving each other. Everyone stopped their cars and got out and were high-fiving each other.
I saw that the Spurs... Awesome. When's the last time they won? In the 90s?
It's been a while. That's just sad.
And so,
now.
By the way, Coach Popovich, who hates our values as well, hates them. He's insane. He wants to take away your gun, my gun. He's in the wrong state for that, by the way. But he hasn't won a game. I know they adore him there, but he hasn't won a game since or won a championship since like 2006 or something, or 2004 or 3. 2014. Okay, 10 years. That's not too bad, but that's still not good. I don't understand why they keep him after. I don't know if you have a comment on that, Robert, since you follow them, and producer Garrett, you seem to want to say something too.
I stopped following him. I mean, it just got too sad.
Wait, producer Garrett says he's one of the best coaches ever because he goes after my guns. No, because he hates Trump. No.
Oh, then he's out. I'm sorry. That right there does it for me.
Okay, so anyways, he's just saying they've gone to the championship team for like 16 years. Here's what I want to say. Do you remember Chris Robinson and who's the other guy, the Dynasty guys? They're Chris Robinson, not Chris. Was it Chris?
David Robinson.
David Robinson. And who was the other guy?
Oh my God.
Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Duncan, yes,
those two
basketball.
Are amazing men.
Yes.
They're amazing men. Are they still there? In San Antonio, as far as you know, I think they were last time I checked. They're kind of.
They live in the Dominion, I think.
Okay. Anyways, God bless them.
40.
God bless those two guys, man, and they deserve everything they've ever done. Right.
Right. Oh yeah, they kept it very classy.
Okay.
And it was impressive.
So, do you agree with me? Yeah, go ahead.
That they dumped it, yeah.
Do you agree with me that the Mavs, that something's not right here? That both the Mavs and the Celtics, this should both be embarrassed after this tonight. Like, this is obviously a joke to win by 36.
Someone won a lot of money, on the bet.
What do you think about my theory that somebody has a picture of somebody with a goat?
The goat, I love the goat thing.
Because I think,
and you make the perfect goat voice.
Thank you. All right. I had a friend named Josh back in the day, and we made a joke about him and a goat. And I left him a voicemail as the goat once like that. And, that's when you couldn't have caller ID or anything. It was very funny. Okay, I'll see you later, bud.
In the good old days.
Take care. Yeah, right? Thanks. Take care, brother. Ridiculous. Next. Does your insurance cover you getting an STD in your vehicle? That's a serious case going on right now. It's in the courts. I'll tell you about that next. News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Okay, the 8th Circuit Court to decide, should car insurance cover STDs? I'd like to know from our newswoman on the program. Are you covering? You cannot shake your head and hold up your hand. This is real news. Why haven't you not covered? She's pushed her chair away to stay out of my view. Why are you not covering this story? This is from Fox Business. 8th Circuit to decide, should a car insurance cover STDs? I guess I'll just throw it out there right now. Do you expect your car insurance or somebody else's to cover you in case you catch an STD while in somebody's car or your car? One woman did. I'll just give out the number right now. Have you checked your policy? If you catch an STD in your car from somebody, or you catch it in somebody else's car, do you expect their insurance or your insurance to pay out? 800-288. I still don't see my news person on the program. She's gone. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. So a federal appeals court on Wednesday heard arguments over whether car insurance should pay benefits to a woman who caught an STD from a policyholder in his insured vehicle. Geico Insurance being sued by a Missouri woman. Why don't they name her? Honestly, if you're going to sue for something so stupid because you bedded down with some guy in a car and you're mad that you got a virus from him, well, you're the idiot for doing it. I think she should be sued for being an idiot. I think her name should be out there because she's an idiot. And it was in a Hyundai. Ma'am, you gave yourself to a man that you're not married to in a Hyundai? In a 2014 Hyundai? What the heck? This woman's crazy. This woman's got bigger issues. I would not be suing anybody over this. Hold on. Dr. Phil comments. He covered this on his show. Did you know that?
What the hell are you thinking?
We're going to have to get back into this because we got some big stuff coming up next in the Chris Crock Show. Upon review of the parties' documents, court finds consensual sexual relations inside a car do not constitute use of automobile. Normal use of the automobile. That's what it is. Ensuring you normal use of the automobile. Is it normal use to have somebody have relations with you in a car? Is that normal use of a vehicle? Were you driving when it happened? Maybe that'll work. I don't know. The judge wrote, upon review of the parties' arguments, the court finds consensual sexual relations inside a car do not constitute use of an automobile within the meaning of the subject policy. But it's went higher to a higher court here. They're thinking maybe there's something to this. This woman has no shame. She's appealing. This woman's an idiot. That's the breaking news story. Idiot.